Alrighty guys, I am here with this cutie pie before bed, and I just wanted to come on here. I don't know what she was playing with, but I just wanted to come on here to say, one, I don't know how to get us both here in the camera. So some of you guys have been asking me about communicating with our loved ones on the other side, with God, with angels, with, the universe, whoever it is that's your belief in a guidance system. And you guys saw my science post or my science video, and if you haven't seen that one, then watch that one. And the truth is subjective and stuff like that. Like, it's whatever you guys believe in, whoever is possibly guiding you from the other side. And so many of you have asked, well, I don't hear them talk to me. I don't see them. I don't, I meditate. I try to meditate every day, and I sit there in silence for 45 minutes, an hour a day, and I don't hear anything. And, how do I know that my loved ones are guiding me from the other side? And so that's something that I've touched on a little bit, and two-parter, because some of you guys have also asked, do I need to ask them for help, for them to help me? My straight-up answer to that is no. Absolutely not, no. They are here helping guide you all the time. And I know that because based on my experience, when I was experiencing my near-death experience, when I was dying from the psoriasis outbreak all over my body from my breast implant, they were trying to help get me the message that it was my breast implant. They were showing me Instagram posts of girls getting their breast implants out. They even had my mom tell me, like, do you think it's your breast implants? My ego was not ready to listen. It was not ready to let go. For those of you, I think, just for those of you that don't know, I had breast implants for 10.5 years. and you're supposed to get them replaced, I think, replaced or removed every 10 years. Like, you're supposed to get them replaced every 10 years. And, that time came and went, and I did not, and they did. Okay, yes, I know you can keep playing with the big parts, but I'm gonna take the little part, because that one's a little bit too small to go in your mouth. Yes, thank you. But you can still play with the big part. That's okay, and you can crinkle. Yeah. And so they were helping. They were trying to get me the message. I didn't ask, like, what's going on? What do I need to learn? They showed me early on. Because my parents were here for Christmas. And I started breaking out kind of little bits here and there in October, but, like, woke up December 10th, into the 11th is when, like, full eruption over my body. So, 2 weeks later, my parents were here. So they were showing me during that time. I didn't have to ask. And they were also telling me that I was experiencing a near-death experience. They were telling me I was dying and that I wasn't listening. They were having people recommend near-death experience books to me. The Heaven, Dying to Be Me. Yes, Lily, right? They were having me watch movies like Soul, Age of Adeline. Hello, if that one did not get the message to me. Obviously, this was before I understood how the universe communicated with me. Age of Adeline is about, it's got Blake Lively. It's literally, the girl's name is Jenny Larson. she dies and comes back. She has a near-death experience. Like, and she stops aging, and then, you know, okay. I don't want to give the whole movie away. Watch it. It's amazing. If you've had your own near-death experience or just curious about them, it is an amazing movie. I believe it's on Netflix right now. Little plug there. You're welcome, Netflix. Oh my goodness, this is side note again. They had me watch. I say they because I get these suggestions for things to watch on Netflix. So sometimes they resonate, sometimes they don't. But I just watched Keep Breathing, and wow, if that one did not make me bawl at the end, very reminiscent of my own near-death experience. Yes, I was a bawling, snotty mess at the end. It was great. And so they were communicating with me the whole time, and I was not meditating. I was not, I think I might have started in there somewhere. I wasn't doing Joe Dispenza. I wasn't doing, you know, like, I hadn't been introduced to him yet. But they were still getting me the messages to a very, very, very physical being who was spending time on Instagram, who was spending time watching things, you know. They were getting me the messages. I just didn't understand that was them communicating with me. So they communicate with you. They do. And they will do it in a way that you can listen. So ask them to communicate with you in a way that you can understand. I'm a very visual person. I've always been a very visual person. I have been, now that I think about it, a very, very visual person. Like, I have had this amazing memory for, like, my ex-husband would be like, oh, where are my keys? And I'm like, on the back of the sofa, underneath of your jeans and your shirt. And he's like, how did you? And I'm like, I don't know. I just remember seeing them there. Like, so, and I was really good at memorizing stuff, visualization. I like to watch somebody do something first, and then I copy it. So the universe knew that's a good way to communicate with me. So what are your strengths? You know, how could they communicate with you? Are you visual, like emails, text messages? Where do you spend most of your time? Because where attention goes, energy flows, right? If I was spending time on Instagram, they would get me the message there. They still do. It's great. I'll have to share some of my most recent communications. But they will communicate with you. You don't have to, you know, have this spiritual connection to the other side. You can have a physical connection to them as well. So, and even then, when I wasn't listening, they had my naturopath straight up tell me, you realize you almost died. And then I told my therapist, who goes, maybe you did die. And maybe it happened in your sleep. It happens a lot of times in your sleep. Like, it could have happened in your sleep. And then that is when it clicked. That it was, you know, the March 7th. That was the night. And I had the videos, the Marco Polo videos, to go back and watch and be like, holy shit, right there is when I died and came back. So even when I wasn't understanding that the universe was communicating with me, they then were having people get me the message, like my mom. But again, I wasn't ready to listen. Like my naturopath, like my therapist. So they do communicate. Granted, no, not everything might resonate with you. That's where some, you know, discernment comes in. Or like me, just my ego was not ready yet. Yes, I know. And who knows, maybe that's because I wasn't supposed to, because then I was supposed to come on here to help guide others and help teach you guys how to communicate with the universe, with God, with loved ones, with your guides, with your angels, with this beauty right here, who is, I'm sure, super in tune still with with the other side. My son was, like, when he was walking, fresh walking, like 1 less than 2, he would go outside and he'd just start waving to people and be like, hi, hello. So I would do it as well. There wasn't anybody there that I could see physically, but he had this amazing connection, so I would just go along with it, and my daughter would be like, but there isn't anybody. I'm like, you see somebody? So who knows, maybe when he's older, he'll see loved ones, and my daughter does now, you know, like, she's very open about, relatives that come and visit her. She said that she was in her room alone, and, her Uncle Eric, her dad's brother, who was passed, came and he hung out with her, so she didn't have to be alone. I was like, that is absolutely beautiful. They're both very connected, so they might get their messages, you know, in other ways. Callie's very in tune with her intuition, what we call her sister in the bushes, because that's from her Waldorf education. Alright, I'm gonna get this cutie pie to bed, but yes, they are communicating with you. No, you don't have to spend hours a day alone in the dark to hear them. There are other ways that they can communicate. It's just you guys gotta navigate and create your communication system, and they will communicate with you in a way that you're able to listen. And, no, you do not need to ask for help. Yes, you can, and then they will help you. But if you are experiencing something or just curious, like, they are there. They are communicating with you. We just are closed off to it. So, alright, I love you. I hope you have a fantastic night or day or whatever it is for you. I know, let's go to bed.